the response from the 5v5 press conference, what did you make of it? What did you take away from it? What were your thoughts about it?
I liked it.
You forecast some of the fights. They are what you thought they were going to be.
Yeah, I liked it. Well, I think we pretty much picked all the fights, didn't we?
You had, on the 5v5,
yes,
you had a told you so moments. This props expression that you educated me with, right? You get plenty now because you got, I think, a lot of abuse. And I know that me and my friends shouldn't have done it on social media, but we got together in a room and it just happens sometimes, you know. But in seriousness, you forecast a lot of these outcomes and you got a lot of for it, and people
I got a lot of hate, and it was that I told you so moment.
Don't use the word hate. Don't use the word hate.
Listen, I'm not hating. I don't mind. You can send me back the love. That's fine. But it was that I told you so moment, correct? So yeah, I was right all along with the fights that were happening, especially the Deontay Wilder Zhilei Zhang.
You could be a bit more graceful about it.
Zhilei Zhang one. That one was like, that was one that no one see coming, but I sort of knew that was going to happen.
It was like working with a genius.
Thank you, Simon.
Pulling something out of the air that no one else sees.
What is this?
It's one of those moments.
71st show? Is it 71st show?
70. That's why I introduced it as Welcome to Episode 70.
Oh, right. I wasn't listening to you. I was thinking about what I was going to say.
Crying out loud.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've educated you on this, haven't I?
You have given me a sense of enlightenment. I feel that I've learned so much.
It's a great card.
It is a great card.
I mean,
it is a good card.
Has it overshadowed even the main event? I mean, that is the question.
I was going to say to you, I mean, I don't know how it can. How can it?
No, for the boxing purists, people know.
Bivol versus Beterbiev.
Absolutely.
I mean, we are hoping that the boxer formerly known as Deontay Wilder is going to turn up this time round.
I saw a little bit of that, by the way, in the last press conference. I saw a little bit of that edge back. Yeah,
he wasn't doing any kumbaya and
no, there was the love, the peace, the
wasn't
harmony,
listening to Leonard Cohen or whatever it was.
That sort of left his system. Should I say?
Yes, he's now back in the room. Yeah, he's now back in the room.
Yeah, the fighter was back. So it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, you're going off last performance and he looked totally shot, if I'm totally honest. And I don't think there is a way back. I think the fight had just left him. And we will find out against Zhilei Zhang. But it's a fascinating fight.
Great card,
I'm really looking forward to it.
And obviously you can see a lot of excitement. And the format itself creates... Because one of the things I think is really fascinating is format creation. And format creation gets you paid. And when you've got a situation now where you can create some sort of tribalism, you've got Queensbury versus Matchroom, and whoever else can get in the mix, whether Wasserman's come in or whether Ben Shalom comes in. If you can create tribalism and team spirit, you've got a different format that you can monetize. Then you can get the North versus the South, you can get the East versus the West.
Nice.
You can get people against people from Essex. Oh, that's Pat. Nobody wants to go anywhere near where Pat goes. But also, it was interesting to hear His Excellency, Turki Al-Sheikh, talking about wanting to bring fight. And I think this is interesting, because I think this is really rather good, actually. And not to suggest that anything else isn't good as well, that he wants to have fights from the smaller, lighter weight divisions. And when you and I know, because obviously it's very dear to your heart, that when it comes to the economics of fighting, the further down the weight classes you go, the less there seems to be the remuneration and the opportunity for the economics to come into play. And so that's a good thing, isn't it?
It's a great thing, you know, that he's not just looking at the heavyweights, which was the worry at first. We thought, is this going to be a heavyweight Super League? They will all be fighting each other, and then will they lose interest? But no, I don't think they are. I think that they're going to go through the weights. They're talking about Crawford, possibly Canelo, getting Nui over there as well, another guy. The smaller guys.
He's earmarking, and he wants to make it, and he's saying it out loud. And one thing that won't be in the way of it is finances. Is Fury versus Joshua, Canelo versus Crawford. If Canelo comes through, which I suspect he will do.
Yeah.
And Bivol or Beterbiev versus David Benavidez, who Canelo's avoiding, right?
Yeah, great.
Fair comment.
Listen, they're great fights. So all the above that you just mentioned, they're fantastic fights, and I think that we will see the super fights that we've longed to see. And it's not just guys staying in their own weight divisions as well. For the first time now, we're starting to see guys coming up. Guys starting to drop just a little bit. I think it's a fantastic format, and I think that moving forward, it's going to give the boxing fans what they need and what they want, and they've been craving for so many years. I mean, Joshua Fury will happen because Turki Al-Sheikh will make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. If they all do their jobs.
Yeah.
Right.